All right, we have a game here from Butter Lancer versus just a dot. It's just a dot. Just a dot over there. Just a dot. All right, sorry. I started it up and it was close to the end of the load time, and then decided not to load. All right, Poison Wind Mortars, the originals, the OGs, not the ROR. 2 Plague Claw Catapults. We do have the Council Guard plus 4 Eshin Triads, one of which is the RR. We Deathmatch Snitch and Assassin. We do have a Warlock Engineer with Cleansing Ruin, Warp Lightning, and Warpstone Armor, and a front line of Clan Rats and Skaven Slaves. Cool, cool. No Rat Ogres or anything like that. Normally, Rat Ogres are super cost-effective into matchups, especially ones with Cavalry, but oh well. It is what it is. I also am not a big fan of Plague Claw Catapults. They can be kind of neat versus the Peasant Archers. They will push them off, but in general, you can see like Warp Lightning Cannons are doing more damage to the Hippo Knights. On the other side, we have the Fey Enchantress, double Paladin. Fey does have Earthblood and Regrowth. 1 Royal Hippo Knight. For Cav, on the far side, we have the Knights Errant ROR, Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis, the Companions of Quinel's Questing Knight ROR, another Knights of the Realm. And wow, Snitch and the Assassin are really going deep. Okay. They're going in for it. The rest of Bretonnia, we do have Peasants, Spearmen at Arms, and a bunch of Archers. Pretty simple, straightforward, let's go. Poison Mortars get immediately dove on by the Royal Hippogriff Knights. And they are slaughtering those poor rats. Now some Eshin Triads will try and repay them their kindness. Maybe they can get good damage off if the Royal Hippogriff Knights notice this is happening. The dog's going to chase the cat behind me. Anyway, if the Royal Hippogriff Knights notice this is happening, they can just back off and fly away into the skies, which is where Rat Ogres can be nice. They can pin things in place. Elsewhere, the Fey Enchantress and her Paladin pals have not really suffered under the attentions of Snitch and the Assassin. They mostly just ignored him. And Paladin is now having to deal with the Council Guard while attempting to stop the Plague Claw Catapult from hurting his poor little archers and peasant friends. He'll take a good amount of damage over time. Probably doesn't want to stay here too long. He's not the best at clearing out these Plague Claw Catapults. That is unfortunately more of the job with the Royal Hippogriff Knights. Other Knights setting up on the flanks. Catapults still just pockmarking the MP Crossroads map with nonsense. There's now a cat on top of me and a dog staring up at me. Can you two not? Right now. Does this have to happen at this moment as Royal Hippogriff Knights plow into Plague Claw Catapults? Plague Claws are down to about half HP and running away. But the Fey Enchantress dives straight into Eshin Triads, and while she doesn't have a lot of armor for the Weeping Blades to sunder, it's still not a good look for her. So she is going to want to get out of there post-haste, or have a countercharge from the Knights Errant. Eshin Triads have charge defense when they're braced, but, I mean, if they're busy with stuff, they can get messed up. Quick little Deathmaster Sigil onto the Paladin, and an Assassin is going to take the fight to him. Also a Cleansing Ruin. Wow, they really want that single Paladin dead. Fey Enchantress almost gets one shot by the little Eshin Triads. She is going to get out of there now. And the Ixchis Triads are joining the fight. They summon the Summon there as well. This is going to be a lot of dead rats from a giant comet coming through the sky, unless one of the Hippogriff blocks it. He tries to. He tried to block it, but it goes. It hits the bottom anyway. Snitch and all of his gal pals do finish off that Paladin. Plague Claw Catapults, we have one still firing. The other one is nowhere to be seen. Fey runs off. Royal Hippogriff Knights dive in to finish off the job. And these Knights Errant have been unfortunately forgotten. Archers are now in range, starting to punish the Council Guard a little bit. And we are getting rear charges from the Knights of the Realm. Not having any Rat Ogres is really hurting the Skaven at this point. They just don't have any mass. They can't dictate where the Cav goes. Knights Errant charge in. Pew! Doing a bit of damage. Not sure which one's real. That one's real. It's not a ton of damage on the real one. Just hit a bunch of the clone. Skaven frontline continues to fight. It is significantly better than Bretonnian frontline, especially with just peasant mobs and spearmen at arms. No battle pilgrims here to really juice up that front line. Archers still making Council Guard pay. They're down to 2,500 HP. Most of their health is gone. Eshin Triads running around. And Snitch and the Assassin are still trying to hunt the Fey Enchantress. Her healing caps around the corner. Probably. She did have to cast an entire regrowth on herself. She doesn't have the highest HP pool to begin with, so that is coming in hot. One catapult back online is going to fire straight into these archers at close range. Shouldn't be much excuse for them to miss, and yet they do. How strange to miss at such a close range. Fucking Plague Cloud Catapults, I hate you. I hate you. I wish you hit more things better. Royal Hippogriff Knights getting a regrowth overcast do dive down with the Ixchus Triads. But with a rear charge from the Knights Errant, that did very little damage. Oh, these are the Questing Knights. Still should have done a lot more damage. They're going to be okay. Fanchantress healing caps within sight. Looks like she had another run-in with the Deathmaster. And slowly but surely, the Bretonnian peasants are getting through. Deathmaster is closing in on a netted Fae. Shickety-boo! Oh, he interrupted his own attack by doing the Whirl of Weeping Blades. That's unfortunate. Because he didn't get a real attack off. There's a real attack. Nice 300 health off of her. Fanchantress is going to run away. She'll be safe and sound. Flight Call Catapults continue to try and keep these archers and other peasants honest. Bretonnia should probably just commit some Cav back here and kill them off, but it looks like Cav's busy doing other stuff. And another charge from the Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis on a random unbraced Kleinrest just does, like, no damage. I really hope that's fixed at the next patch, because it's insane. Cavalry charges just feel like they don't do any damage for some reason. It's wild. And before you get in the comments and say something like, I had one cavalry charge go well for me once. I mean, we've seen like 3 this game that did no damage. So it's like, I wish they were consistent. Either consistently good or consistently bad. Good God, that Warp Lightning. Oh, wow. Okay, those Defenders of Fleur-de-Lis got mega fucked. Oof ba-boof. But this is also the end of the Plague Cloud Catapults as archers finally notice they exist and are going to take them out rather swiftly. Warlock Engineer with his slight Mortis Engine type effect is draining all those guys down. Fae Enchantress and her knight friends are running away from Deathmaster Snitch. 6.5 minutes into this game, we are about even on the balance of power. I think the Skaven are not having the best time of it. I don't know, they just don't have a lot left. They have single entities, but that can change very, very quickly. They don't have a ton of support for those single entities, which, especially having 2 of them be Eshin-type single entities, they're very squishy in prolonged combat with Chaff, which there's plenty of Chaff left, and Cavalry that can cycle charge. Last, the Count's Guard getting finished off. 19 models down to 17 after that Cav charge, down to 12 after some more draining. They're going to be a non-factor here, and the Skaven are mostly relying on their little hero squad. Plus, actually, a rather healthy Eshin Triad this late in the game. Poking away at the Hippogriff Knights. Cool. Bit of fast-forwarding, as Bretonnia is just going to wipe the map pretty quickly. Fanchantress heals herself back up. Deathmaster and his friends are trying to find a fight, but the Bretonnians are just going to run away from him. They have no reason to engage with the hero blob. But the Fanchantress gets netted, and that is going to change the calculation on how things should go. Deathmaster plus his assassin friend trying to get in there, but we are going to get a Flensing Ruin and I imagine a Spinny Spin from Deathmaster pretty soon. That could bring the Skaven back into this game if he has a Spinny Spin out. Looks like he does not, otherwise he would have killed this Knights of the Roman Hippogriff Knight quite well. Faye's running away. She has spell resist, right? Yeah, 60% spell resist. Ooh, that makes her a brutal target to put Flensing Ruin onto. It just doesn't get through. Some decent value, but not as much as you would normally hope. Warlock Engineer's Mortis Engine is draining everybody down. Deathmaster should have his spin soon. I wish I could see its cooldown, but he really does need to get into the Companions of Quenelles and start spinning away. He can take like half their HP off if he gets in there. Skaven Single Entity Squad is getting ground down. The Bretonnians are going to have to, you know, get a good stock of their resources and send things in one at a time, so they don't have too many units sitting on top of the Mortis Engine and all getting drained in the same moment. Another Warp Lightning is going to hit the Companions. Pretty nice damage from that spell. Like it a lot. And more Skaven are getting routed off. Quick Earthblood from the Fanchantress trying to heal up these guys. Hippogriff Knights are heal capped, so they can't get any more even if they wanted to. Bit more fast forwarding. This is a huge blob. I really want to see the spin. Dun dun. Dun, 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 dun. Another big Warp Lightning. Fanchantress dives in. Huh. Okay. Warlock Engineer almost routes, but Snitch is going to run up. He's going to knife her in the back. And he's still after her. Can't quite finish her off. He does turn around. He needs to save his Warlock Engineer, and that he will do. It's a big shot onto the Royal Hippogriff Knights. They're down to 3 models. Almost breaking, but not quite. The Assassin has broken. I don't think the Bretonnia will let him come back, especially if these Companions of Quenelles just follow him off the map. Royal Hippogriff Knights down to 2 models. Snitch has taken them to task. And they do rout after that. More Mortis Engine draining. Plus a Weeping Blade. How did you get Weeping Bladed? Were there triads around? What the heck? Weird. Faye's gonna finish off the assassin. Another big Warp Lightning, plus the Mortis Engine effect kills off a lot of peasants. Maybe wanted to aim that more at the Canes and Quinels, but it's alright. Shit happens. Balance power favors Bretonia pretty heavily. More draining, more draining. Faye Enchantress comes back because the Warlock Engineer routed, and Deathmaster Snitch might have words with her. I still haven't seen a World of Weeping Blades in a while, and I know I keep fast-forwarding every so often, but I feel like I would just see these health bars get nuked down and everything would route. So, I still think one hasn't happened in a bit. Do it, do it, do it, do it. Do it, do it. Spin! Spin! Yeah! I was waiting for it. There we go. So with the spin of death, everything will route like I thought it would. I knew he hadn't used it in a while. Alright, the assassin's back in the distance, sneaking around. He does immediately get shot by Peasant Bowman, and he is pushed off. Deathmaster Snitch gets attack orders onto the Fae Enchantress, who's standing a little too close by for comfort. She actually takes the fight. Oh, that is insane. She just gets clubbed. Immediately is going to rout. Goodbye, Fae Enchantress. Goodbye. Warlock Engineer is back to help out Snitch. Snitch is still chasing the Fae for a little bit, then decides better of it. Warlock Engineer goes to attacks of Peasant Bowman. And the Fae is leaving. And with that, if she reaches the edge of the map, which is super far away, you can see the Bretonian's blinking health bars. A lot of them will route off if the Fae does. And then that might be a Skaven W, maybe. Warlock Engineer routes again, but as long as he's touching an enemy model, he will continue to give that Mortis-type effect and drain everybody down. Deathmaster Snitch is desperately fighting to the very end, and we do have an assassin coming back as well to hit these bowmen. Snitch routes another bowman. Assassin's coming in. Fae Enchantress is getting closer and closer to the edge of the map. How's her health? Not health, leadership. Leadership's -5. Got it. Assassin dives onto the Peasant Bowman. He has revealed himself to be a threat in this fight. Archers are taking their day out on Deathmaster Snitch. The Bretonians are grouping up, but if the Fae routes, that unit, that unit, that unit, and that unit are all guaranteed gone. Probably that Peasant Bowman too. Assassin shatters, though, from his time fighting the Peasant Bowman. Snitch is left alone once more. Warlock Engineer, -26 leadership. Don't know if he's coming back. The Fae Enchantress is getting awfully close to the edge of the map. Now, you might be saying, Human Boy, what's going on with Deathmaster Snitch? Why do you care so much about the Fae Enchantress? Shush! Shush! Hey! Shush! Hey! Shush. Also, Snitch is going to continue fighting some stuff. We'll get back to him. Fae Enchantress is running towards the edge of the map. She's running. She's running. -5 leadership. Human Boy, really? Go back to the fight. Shush! This is important. -5. She's running towards the edge of the map. She's still going. She's still going. But what about shush? If I have to tell you to shush one more time, I will turn this replay around. Running to the edge of the map. Running to the edge of the map. Running to the edge of the map. Nah. She says nah. She did not finish routing. She did not rally. She said nah. If she routes, gone. 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 Maybe gone. Nah, they'll probably be fine. Snitch is still in there fighting. He's doing his best to get everybody to leave. Faye, standing in the corner, does not route. I mean, it routes, but like doesn't get the fuck off the map. She just stops. She just stops. Snitch is desperately fighting to keep everybody away. I thought I heard Flensing Ruin cast for some reason. Warlock Engineer still routing off. Fae Enchantress is down to -1 leadership, but she's still not off the map. She's just stopped. Deathmaster Snitch has to pile into 1,000,000 peasants. He can't fight them all, and he ends up losing. And the Fae Enchantress just nod. She just didn't leave. She stood there. She just stood on the edge of the map. What is that? What is that? Butterlancer sent that to me, and he was like, what the actual fuck? And I watched it, and I knew it would make good content, but also rest in peace, my friend. Deathmaster Snitch, 3,400 value. Stormvermin did okay. Postman Globes got instantly murdered by the Hippogriff Knights. 2,800 on the Warlock Engineer. Plague Clock Catapults also got shut down very quickly. Ashen Triads did fine. Assassin was okay. And Clan Rats held. But damn, man. Other side, Fan Enchantress, 1700. Hippogriff Knights, 2400, which is quite nice. 1600 on the Commandees and Quinels. The other Knight's not as good. Paladin's not really as good either. Archer's pretty good value. Yeah, pretty good value. And then Peasants were Peasants. GG. Roar!
Subscribe, yes, yes.